Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
And I extend my sincere thanks to everyone, those who have joined this interaction program. First, let me introduce myself. My name is VK Vidyarthi. I am the General Manager in APEDA. And now I request Roshan to introduce.
Very good afternoon, everybody. I am Dr. Roshan Khan. I am currently working with APEDA as a Business Development Manager. Now, I would like to request Mr. Sanjay Sethi, sir, to introduce himself.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, Mr. Vidyarthi. My name is Sanjay Sethi. I'm Executive Director for Plant-Based Foods Industry Association. We are an apex association for the plant-based and vegan products. It has been established very recently, last year.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Vidyarthi and Roshan, for organizing this webinar. This is what we all are looking forward for. And welcome all onto this platform. And I think we can proceed now with our discussion. My name is APEDA Gupta, and I work as a Senior Manager with Plant-Based Foods Industry Association.
Yes. On behalf of APEDA, I welcome all the participants, and this is the first interaction in between APEDA and this vegan product exporters, manufacturers. So today we will structure this meeting in various form like this. First, Roshan will apprise you about the initiative taken by APEDA on the regulatory mechanism that APEDA is in process of making the export standards for the regulations on the vegan regulations, and thereafter Mr. Sanjay will introduce and explain about his association, his objectives, and other action they have taken so far, and what are their views for the export promotion of the plant-based products from India. Thereafter, I will apprise you about APEDA's export promotion plan. After this, then we will go for the detailed discussion. If something is, then I will request all the exporters, participants to give their views for the supply chain of vegan products, regulatory requirements, standards, export measures, importing countries, challenges, and all the aspects from supply chain from farm to the end consumer. So now I request Roshan to brief about initiative taken by APEDA on vegan standards. Over to Roshan.
So, very good afternoon. So, as sir said, that we are in process of preparing our export standards for vegan products and plant-based products. So, in the starting of this year, we formulated one committee that will be helping us in formulation of those standards and regulations. So, it is very important because the rising interest and the demand of vegan products, especially plant-based products, is increasing, and we know that it has immense importance in the international market. So, to explore and to expand our boundaries within this section of the food products, we want to have our regulatory frameworks. So, this momentum which has taken place. Yes, this momentum which has taken place, it has made it very essential to have our export regulations, and the journal idea of vegan product we are all aware of. It is very clear, but there is some differing interpretations when it comes to the detailing part. So yes, we are working on that, and we are opting for the framework which we are opting will be like the National Program of Organic Production. We will be opting that framework to develop our export regulations for vegan products. So till now, we had our detailed outline, and we are working further for detailing all the things. So we will have a basic export guidelines for regulations for vegan products, and then also we will have importing country-wise specifications for exporting vegan products in that particular importing country. We will be having that also under the umbrella. So that is the process which has taken place till now. So this meeting, especially with exporters, has been taken up so that we can know about the challenges which you people are facing while exporting such products, or if you are in the process of exporting or you want to export. So what kind of challenges you have in your mind and you are facing, so that we can have a better and improvised regulatory framework for these vegan products. So yes, this is from my side, and now I'll request Mr. Sanjay Sethi to just deliberate on the topic.
Thank you. Start the presentation.
No.
No.
So good afternoon again. We are going to discuss about how we can assist APEDA in developing standards and developing the exports of plant-based foods from India. So as we know that the subject is not just new in India, but all over the world, this category is right now building up. And all over the world, the importing countries and the importing regulators are making up their own standards as well as their guidelines to regularize this kind of a business. So we have an excellent opportunity that to support APEDA, which has taken this initiative at the right time, so that we don't miss out on the opportunity in establishing the India brand of vegan products and plant-based products for all over the world. So we would like to introduce by saying that in the two reports which were recently released by Plant-Based Foods Industry Association, the first was in partnership with APEDA and Ministry of Food Processing Industries, which was launched at the summit in 26th of May. This summit was led by APEDA and Ministry of Food Processing Industries, and it was supported by Plant-Based Food Industry Association and Good Food Institute India. And during this event, which was a massive event, which was attended by all stakeholders, including the minister and the APEDA secretary and Mr. Vidyarthi himself. And in that event, the report which came out, and there was another report which was more focused on the consumer issues, which was released in Mumbai. And this report was again prepared by Plant-Based Food Industry Association in partnership with the Future Market Initiatives. And this was the Plant-Based Revolution. Both reports pointed out that we are closely having about $500 million worth of business in the country in the next 3 to 5 years. And this the business is likely to grow up to $10 billion in the next 5 to 10 years. And as we all know, that the vegan standard has been out by Food Safety and Standards Authority of India, and it clearly stipulates as to what can be called vegan, and special focus has been given not just on the food, but also the food ingredients, including additives, flavors, as well as enzymes and other carriers, and none of that can be from the animal origin. We know that other markets are also opening up, like APEDA is supporting its exports from India, Europe, Australia, Germany, China. All these markets are not behind. They are also putting a lot of money on the table for their exporters, and they are also having the standards which are slightly varying, but by and large, everybody has talked about the ingredients. Everybody has gone around and said that yes, ingredients are also important. The minor ingredients are also important, but as long as it is less than 0.5%, you need not declare. And Europe is by far the most flexible of all, where they have said as long as 95% of the ingredients are plant-based, we will consider it as plant-based. In India, as Plant-Based Food Industry Association, we wrote the definition on our website, in which we have called 100% plant-based is plant-based. Whether we call it vegan or we call it plant-based, for us, it is one and the same thing. So these are some of the known permitted ingredients, additives, and other materials, which includes some of the things like gelatin, glycerin, animal fats, of course, anything which is from dairy and meat, casein, and these are the products which are not permitted, even whey. So some of the things that I would like to ask you, Mr. Vidyarthi, is that are we going to consider salt as vegan or not vegan? This is something that we have to find out. Sugar, these are the gray areas. My humble request to you would be that in the countries where there is silent, we should not bring out anything from our own side, because if we will go too far, then we will not be able to build exports. So while we have to keep into mind the sensitivities of the consumers, whether they are in this country or outside, but there are some areas where we have to show a little bit of flexibility. So we are not sure whether you are going to put this as a part of it. We also don't know what should be done if the manufacturing and the cross-contamination result is the incidental additives. We do not know. Are you going to register and inspect the units, or you are going to inspect the product? If you are going to certify a product, what will happen to the new kind of variants, whether those are flavors or those are little bit variants? So do they have to again go in for the certification again? According to FSSAI, Indian manufacturers are not allowed to use dairy words, whereas some countries have said that you can use the word like soy milk. You cannot use the word milk, but if you add the word soy and then use the word milk, this is fine. In fact, some of the products in India have also been allowed. For example, peanut butter, for example, coconut milk, all those products, some of the products have been allowed for using this kind of a name. What about the other products? So can we put soy milk without a gap, or can we put soy milk with a hyphen, or can we use soy milk as one word? So these are some of the questions that we pose in front of you, so that when we work with you over the next few weeks and come out with the standard, these are the issues that which are going to come out. So for a few products, like we have already mentioned, cocoa butter, only a few nations such as France, they forbid the use of meat-based terminology. And whereas in many other countries, it is being allowed. How far we will go? Tomorrow we will say that we cannot use salami, or we cannot use sausage, or we cannot use meat, or we cannot use the word like even bun and burger. So we have to see that there are young boys and girls in the country who have put their fate on the line, and they want to grow, and they are looking at Honorable Prime Minister and the APEDA to help them to put up a standard which helps them to export. So if the product claims to be vegan, but it is spurious, we have to be very clear that how far that we are going to look at it. It is not that we are coming out with only vegan standards. Our vegan standard should automatically say that the product is safe. So then there is a certified plant-based in the US. So according to us, plant-based and the vegan is the same thing. But in the domestic area, it has been noted that the vegan standard which has come out, our small and medium enterprises, they have not been trained. We welcome the standard which has come out, but we also urge you that kindly think about not just the training, but also the hand-holding, so that it should not be construed that they have been given a standard which they could not follow. We have to safeguard the interest of the consumer, so the standard has to be good and it has to be high. But we also must think that we have small and medium enterprises, and there has been a culture of street food in the country, so we should definitely handhold them. And your best partner in this case is Plant-Based Food Industry Association, which has already got 56 members, and we would be able to work with you and act like an incubator and ensure that everybody in the industry is providing this kind of a training. And how do we increase the exports? If we do not have intense domestic competition, we cannot export. But as you know, in the domestic, many people have stopped even planning to come out with vegan products because they think they are not ready. So only the big companies are coming out with a clear-cut focused rollout of the vegan products, and some of the Indian startups are coming out with the vegan products, but some of the minor startups, they are not fully capable to come out with HACCP standards. They need support, they need handholding, they need the ecosystem to be supported, and they have no other choice but to write plant-based. So are we expecting the association to come out with our own standard in the country? If we do not provide a competition in India, we cannot export. We must have a very stiff competition where every company in India becomes competitive. The governance and ethical standards should be followed, and we should also learn from our good experience as well as our mistakes in organic. That what are the things we could have done better? Can we do that in the vegan standard so that nobody nobody spoils the quality of India vegan? India vegan should be as quality as US vegan or any other. So we have to think about those issues and the governance issue, of course, and the ethical issues. So we have to also find out that the connection to the financial institutions and manufacturing facilities are state of the art, and we provide them the fiscal benefits for exports. A very small introduction about plant-based food industry association. It was 55 companies came forward and they set up this association. I would say this association is still being formed because we feel that some of the big organizations have not yet joined. Simrise has joined, Viscofin has joined, but we also expect Unilever to join us soon, or Nestle to join us soon, or ITC to join us soon, or some other big organization also will join us soon. Carry is already part of us. Rocket is already part of us. GFI is part of us. So we have to wait for some of those organizations, and then we can say that yes, Plant-Based Food Industry Association is now complete. It has brought out everybody in this association. There are about 200 such organizations, and we have only enlisted about 25% of those. So we are not like a normal trade association or like a normal trade union. We are more like an incubator. We are your partner. We can definitely help you to reach out to the industry. And we are not just a voice. We also handhold our members. We also ensure that we don't work only for the members. We work for the whole industry. We do not distinguish between the members and the non-members because we feel that we are very new. All those non-members who are not part of us will join us very soon. And these are our international partners. We are part of, India is very proud to be part of the International Plant-Based Food Working Group, and we are on the board of that. And like USA, like Europe, Canada, China, and UK, India is also part of those 7 board members in the world. And it's a very privileged position for India, and we should utilize it. That is why there is a delegation which is going to New York on 8th and 9th of September. And there is a big event which is happening in Mumbai on 7th and 8th of December, Food World India, which has been happening since last 15 years. But this time they have put a special focus on plant-based foods. There is an event which is happening in Bengaluru on 27th and 28th of August, 26th, 27th, 28th of August, and which is Food Forum, Fresh India, and the Edward, which is happening there. So these are some of the initiatives, and there is an initiative to ensure that we export these plant proteins, and a cluster has been proposed in the center of the country by Plant-Based Food Industry Association, and this is a plant protein cluster in Nagpur. In this cluster, we are taking support from the Nagpur Dal Millers cluster, where there are already 42 members. In Nagpur region, there are 120 dal millers. In Nagpur cluster, there are 170 dal mills. So apart from the dal mills, you have coarse grain available there, you have soybean available there, you also have the millets. And all put together, it becomes an ideal center which can put India on the plant-based protein map of the world. And we want to put up India's first state-of-the-art cluster and a facility, which will be like a common services to the entire industry. It will not belong to one. It will be under an SPV, supported by or led by a cooperative structure. And there are organizations like Haldiram, There are organizations like Dayalu Dal Mills. There are organizations Nagpur cluster. We have also spoken to Imagine Meats. We have also spoken to Simrise. We have also spoken to some of the other government organizations like Director of Industries in Maharashtra. We have also spoken to some of the other organizations to lend their support, and even for the carbon credits, EKI came forward, and this is how the whole thing is coming. And we request APEDA to notify this as APEDA notified cluster. So there are 100 plus institutions, the research institutions, which have become a part of the summit which happened last month, and now they're coming and joining hands under Plant-Based Food Industry Association's initiative and work alongside Good Food Institute India as well, so that we bring all these institutions together and ensure that the priority of the research is properly set up. And there are some events which I've already spoken, and one of that is, of course, the delegation which is going to New York, and we request you to kindly support this delegation. Thank you very much, Mr.
Thank you, Sanjay, for briefing about the plant-based food products. As you know, whatever issues you have raised, the committee is still on and in process. We will address all the issues in the committee while we discuss about the certification for the this ingredients, certification for the processing units, and all the supply chain, and how to monitor them, how we go for the surveillance, and what should be the mechanism and the reporting system from end-to-end basis. So, as you know that APEDA is a secretariat for the National Program on Organic Products. On the same line, we have worked out two more programs. One program is National Program on Natural Products. In that, you are aware that Honorable Prime Minister has highlighted about natural farming. So we are promoting food processing, agriculture exports from the natural farm products also, apart from the vegan. And later on, we will link this national program on natural products with the organic, with the natural products and the GI products, because the organic, natural, and GI, all the aspects of the concept are still at nascent stage in India. Many developed countries, especially like China, they are aggressively marketing their products as the organic, natural, and the GI in the international market. So, in the plant-based or maybe a vegan products, we will further classify in three forms: the vegan with organic, in vegan with organic, vegan with natural, and vegan with the GI products. So I request from participants that those who are interested to join the committee, please send their brief to us, and we definitely need a support from you to formulate this standard. One thing I want to clarify, APEDA main mandate is for promotion of the export. So from country to country, we will specify all their SPS requirements, labeling, packaging, and importing requirements, country specific, in our standards. One part of the standards, we will have some general guidelines, and later on we will go for country specific guidelines. Because if we do not match the importing country guidelines, then it will be very difficult to export the goods in that country. Or if we argue with them, they will not accept our goods at any cost. So I think all the exporters are well linked with the importers, and whatever information you can gather from the country, please share with us. So accordingly, it will be help us to formulate or to draft the standards. So now I will share my trade promotion strategy, which has been we have worked out for the vegan products. Let me go for this presentation.
May I request from GFI, Astha Gaur and Satvika Mahajan to make a brief comment. Everybody has about a minute maximum. So kindly, Satvika Mahajan and Astha Gaur, please.
Right. Thank you so much, Sanjay. We really appreciate the opportunity to speak about this because we've been representing to FSSI, we've been conducting multiple information sessions for the industry as well on plant-based foods, on vegan foods. We have a detailed representation here where we've analyzed the concerns of the industry. We've identified a few core issues. If I can just present one slide where I can showcase.
Yes, please. Yes, Satvika.
Right, just give me 1 second. Can everyone see my slide?
Yes, we can see.
Yes.
Great. So these are the 4 key areas that we've identified as focus areas. So this is based on, the last 5 years where we've worked very closely with the industry to identify those drivers that can help position India as an export leader in vegan foods. The first is trade harmonization. So here we need clear HS codes for reducing tariffs. And this should be based on international best practices. The GFI India team has worked on consolidating these practices and seeing which countries already have HS codes identified. We're happy to share this intelligence to APEDA as well. There should be mutual recognition of standards similar to the framework that's followed by the organic foods program as well that Sir was mentioning. There should be a preference of good manufacturing practices over phytosanitary measures. Since this category overall uses ingredients that are well established, well accepted, we're happy to share more, insights here as well to see, which standards would be most applicable here. In terms of export promotion as well, there should be trade related support from the government. This should be based on, the best practices as well as the incentives that the government already provides to various new and emerging industries. There could be support provided at the agricultural level, at the farm level, and we're happy to share again more insights here. We have about a 10-pager document on all of these areas that details out how to implement this as a roadmap. Thirdly, we have training and capacity building of officers. There could be cross-country knowledge exchanges where we have officers that can visit more mature ecosystems and understand how the framework is set up. There could be education materials, training sessions, and workshops. The materials of all of these we are happy to provide as we've been doing similar trainings in other countries as well. There should be clear SOPs for food safety and trade officers, so there's lesser confusion at the port of inspection. And finally, when we talk about supply chain authentication, which is a major part of the FSSAI regulation, we believe the standard should not be overly restrictive or onerous so as to disadvantage producers. There should be one single window of clearance for a self-declaration form that should be accepted from an exporter or a producer. And there should be flexibility for annual testing as is also provided under ISO standards. Again, all of these best practices are something that we have been working on. We have consolidated and we've worked very closely with the industry on this. So we're happy to share all of this with APEDA, as we've already shared with Dr. Sudhanshu, Mr. Manprakash Vijayji, and very recently with Vidyarthi ji as well.
Thank you, Satvika. I request you please share your inputs through email to me, and I have already replied during the discussion and meeting with you. Most of things have already been discussed with you, and as I have promised you, we will take up all the issues with the DGFT for the separate access code.
Absolutely, sir. We're really happy to be working with you, and we're committed to providing insights, advisory on all of these things. Thank you
Yes.
so much.
Let me just first share my presentation to you about our export promotion strategy. Next. This is our export promotion plan. I have worked out in two verticals. One vertical is our supply chain. Another vertical is our business management plan. The business management plan will start from ship on board to onwards up to the end consumer. And in the agriculture, in this vegan supply chain, we will start from the production of the ingredients or the raw material which is being used for the vegan products, its storage, processing, packaging, and everything. So in this supply chain, we have to I request all the stakeholders, exporters. First, we have to uh, compile the data because at present we do not have a authentic data on this vegan ingredients, processing technology, production, the capacity of production of the industries, how many players are there, what technologies they have. So processing technologies, what are the quality problems, what quality parameters they are uh, adopting for certification or while they are exporting. So we have to compile all the information from our for agriculture supply chain and for our SPS requirement of the importing countries, packaging, labeling, and this how this vegan food products are good for nutrition, health, therapeutic, and everything. So we have to compile all the data. So in this regard, I request all the stakeholders to share maximum data and maximum information to us, so we can work out a particular product specific and country specific strategy. Next. For the trade promotion, we will go in the international market, and we will organize international exhibitions. We will promote Indian vegan products through various social media platforms. We will organize buyer-seller meets, and we will invite importers in India. We will showcase all the vegan products in India, and in India, we will take them for the outreach, and we will show the good facilities to ensure international market of the importers that India is a well capable to supply quality goods and wholesome food and health oriented food to the entire world. And we have to compile the techniques and the product specifications. These products, we have to first we have to work out the products as per the importing country requirements, because our food and lifestyle is different. The lifestyle and food of importing country is also very much different than us. So we cannot force our product the importing country requirements as per our wish and or as per our taste. So we have to work out their taste profile, their liking, their social uh, structure, culture, their utilities, and how they use the food and ingredients in different kind of processing style. And we have to also work on the export worthy packaging for the vegan products. So I request we are also working on uh, a program for the natural packaging and designs. So slowly we will try, or wherever we can promote a natural packaging in the vegan products, we will do our best. Next. In the supply chain, we have to work out a mechanism to establish integrity, traceability, and authenticity for our in all our supply chain from farm to the fork or to the end consumer. And we will propose to implement the blockchain in the vegan products so we can ensure authenticity, integrity of vegan products to the end consumer or the importer. So if product is good, quality is good, definitely the importer will give you the good prices to you, and we will not get more rejections in the export consignment if we follow the parameters, guidelines of the importing countries. So we will, in the supply chain, we will develop some mobile app, we will develop some portals for the tracenet and everything for the farmers or those who are manufacturing the ingredients or the raw material for the vegan products. We will go for that, and we will suggest all the vegan products maybe get some benefits in our proposed FTAs and those FTAs which are under negotiation. We will propose some duty concession elimination from the importing countries. And for the quality control, we have to standardize our testing parameters as per the importing country requirements, from the mode of sampling, method of sampling, and all the this procedures and the techniques for the testing of the vegan colors. Next. For the marketing proportion, we will try to prepare some e-catalog for the vegan products, and we will develop some market portal to promote the vegan products. So we need some suggestions from all the exporters how to go ahead for that, and we will try to set up a export facility center or maybe a custom bonded warehouse. This export facility center would be act, we will display your products permanently in the international market, and from that you can re-export your products, so you have a direct access to the end consumer. So from this export chain, it will eliminate some middlemen or some intermediary, so you have a more profit by setting up export facility center abroad. And we will participate in the exhibitions. Some of the exhibitions has already been mentioned by Mr. Sanjay. So please suggest more exhibitions where we have to participate. So send all the details to us, and we have to build this international brand for the vegan products. So please give us some good stories and how to build the international branding in the international market. And we will focus on the packaging and designs for our vegan products, how to go about that. So I request exporters to give some inputs, some ideas more how we proceed for them. And we have to utilize our social media platform to promote our vegan products in the international market. So we are in touch with all the MSCs abroad, and we are trying to make a group of commercial attaché, a WhatsApp group. So whatever information available to you, or you have some good positive information about vegan product, so the same information can be shared with the Indian embassies abroad, and so they can also share this information through their social media tools to their persons and groups. And regularly we request to send the samples, so that these samples can be sent to the Indian embassies abroad, like on our 15th August on the Independence Day, there will be a good gathering in the embassies abroad, and so many ambassadors, so many visitors, importers, traders, dignitaries will visit Indian embassy, so we can showcase your vegan products to them. So it will also help us in marketing of vegan products. So most of the things we have discussed. So in case you have more issues related to policy standards, please share with us. Now I request Sanjay, those who want to say something or to have some questions to before us, so may please go ahead, Mr. Sanjay.
So may I request first Sonal from White Cup to kindly unmute yourself and very briefly speak.
Yeah, good evening to everyone. A special thank you to Plant-Based Food Industry Association, Sanjay Sethi, Narhari, and to APEDA, of course, for organizing this awesome, benefiting some meeting for all of us. So we are Compassionate Choices Private Limited. We are India's first ever dedicated vegan food brand in the FMCG space. I think it'll be a huge benefit for the people attending this seminar if we get to know some broad guidelines around the minimum budget an SMSE, a beginning SMSE should be having to start thinking on the lines of organized exports, because what will really benefit all of us in the long run shall be sustainable exports. Not like a one time or two time export. Yeah, export karke dekh liya, let me try it out. So not on that level. Because if the more planning goes behind exports, I think better it will be for everyone in the ecosystem. It should also lend a huge credibility on its own. Secondly, if we can be given some idea around what happens to temperature sensitive products, sir. So my this particular question is more focused on APEDA organizers. If someone is carrying controlled temperature, so +4 to -18 kind of temperatures, so is it just a myth that frozen or say refrigerated products are more difficult to export, and rather than or are they as easy to export as ambient temperature ones? Any insights on this at this juncture, sir? Thank you. Thanks, Sanjay.
Kevin Parekh from Proyo.
Hi everyone. Good afternoon. Thank you so much, Sanjay ji, and the entire team at PBFIA for giving this opportunity to every one of us in the industry to come together and listen to this excellent plan that has been put forward, and also to see the kind of participation of the industry. We are just starting out. Currently, we have been working on creating the next generation of plant-based protein ingredients, and we have found quite a good footing in India. And now, starting next month, we are now starting to go out and work on exporting our proteins to the markets of US and then probably other markets in the world, so that we can become, India can become a powerhouse of vegan proteins, not only locally but also globally. Right now, we have just started out, and as we move forward, we'll have more experiences to share, and probably if we require any help, I think we have found a really good solid partner in PBFIA and APEDA to seek out for the help. But currently, right now, there are not many points that I can come up with. But again, thank you so much for this. Really appreciate the platform.
Gaurav Sharma from Greenest. Akanksha Ghai. Vivek.
Hello. Am I audible?
Yes.
So thank you so much for giving us the platform. I sincerely believe it's a great platform to have APEDA and of course GFI and PBFI India also to come together to talk about the future potential opportunities for exporting plant-based products. I sincerely believe coming from where we are, India has a huge opportunity to be one of the export centers for vegan products, not just plant-based meats, but the entire category to talk about. The few questions which I have and which I would like to speak on is, of course, the HSN codes. We primarily being manufacturer of plant-based meats and having this context of exporting majority of our production, have witnessed this problem a lot of a lot many times, because that's the first thing an importer asks, that what is the HSN code, even to move further to talk about the products or the other category. As important as to know the duty structure, whether it is viable to import these products in their country or not. So that is the primarily thing I would request the government agencies to help us with the HSN code in line with the prospect to promote these products from the Indian market to international market, keeping those HSN codes. That's fine. Secondly, one of the most important things to talk about is promoting these products on the international platforms with government agencies like APEDA, where if we can get the platform to present these products at the international exhibitions, be it SIAL or be it Gulf Foods or be it Anuga to talk about, where we can showcase that India can actually be a pioneer and showcase the best of the products out there. That would be really helpful for companies in India to realize the best export potential for plant-based products. So these are the two top things I have in mind for now. I'll be happy to help and support APEDA in the journey going forward with all the inputs we receive from our international clients about what do they exactly need in terms of framework. I'm happy to support that too in times to come whenever required be. So thank you so much. I've talked about two things which I wanted to. Thank you.
Okay, can I request Shardul Dabir? Shardul?
Hello, hi. Thank you for letting me have an opportunity to speak. Definitely excited to be
You're
here.
not audible. Please increase the volume.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Better.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you. Firstly, thank you so much for arranging this kind of a meetup where all the stakeholders in the industry are able to come together and build something together as
Please
an
come
industry.
closer to the
Yeah, can you hear me? Is this better?
This is better, yes.
Okay, thank you so much for arranging this. Firstly, to begin with, I just mentioned my concern around essentially the distinct category differentiation between vegan foods, because I see everything around vegan, right? The branding, and essentially plant-based meat, eggs, and dairy are products meant for non-vegetarians or flexitarians, which would mean essentially that vegan as a branding for the entire sector would be damaging in the longer run for the overall positioning of these products, which are meant for flexitarians and non-vegetarians to begin with. Vegan foods and high protein vegetarian foods, in my opinion, are separate category compared to plant-based meat, eggs, and dairy. So that's just one point I wanted to bring up, and happy to have any discussions further along this line. Thank you.
Thank you. Kavya Dashora, IIT Delhi.
Yeah, thank you, Sanjay ji. Thank you, everyone, and a very good afternoon. So I belong to IIT Delhi, and obviously my concern remains technical. So we know that the norms of FSSAI, they clearly say that all the stakeholders should be using the plant-based products, and none of them should be violating the norms. So it will become very difficult for the industry, because mapping of stakeholder is a very big problem in a unorganized sector like this, or maybe which is preparing itself to be organized. So from IIT Delhi, we can actually help you with the technologies like detections Nowadays you even get like containers made up of bone charcoals or even biopolymers which are used for packaging. So at least and retailing. So there are several things where an industry where its reputation is always online may not be even aware, but they would be very clearly declared as violators. So from IIT, I would like to put forth that if required, and it is required, I know, I would like to offer my expertise of e-traceability of detection of animal-based cells or molecules in your production to packaging, the entire supply chain, then supply chain mapping, stakeholder training. Then apart from that, we also know that connecting as we one of the slides said, blockchain. So blockchain is definitely an essential tool, and it will help us to get the centralized control and the real-time data of all the stakeholders. So this lack of connectivity also causes a lot of problems. So as a technical partner, as a technical as a consumer of vegan foods who has a technical bent of mind, I'm ready to offer my help. And also coming from my background of UN and WTO, I would also like to help in stabilizing the definitions which Mr. Sanjay Sethi had highlighted about what definitions we are trying to put forth, like soy milk or milk, exact words which would be into the regulatory norms and also in developing standards. So I would be very happy to be on board, and also would like to work with the industry association as well as with APEDA. So Sanjay ji, thank you so much for the opportunity. That would be all from my side.
Thank you, Madam Kavya. I will request to, can we meet sometime with you? So you
Absolutely.
share your experience and whatever content or information you have available, so we can display the same information at APEDA website. And moreover, we are just preparing, we are in process of preparing a dashboard for this training to the new agripreneurs. So
I would be emailing you and requesting for your convenient schedule so that we can meet. I would be very happy to
yes,
help in
we are,
any
we
way.
are still, we are still in process for making the definition of the vegan products, because
Right, I understand, because this work we had done for UNFAO in Hanoi. We had collected a group of experts and developed standard definitions for so many export-oriented products, particularly for ginger product from Nepal. So I can pull out my experience from there, and since there's no point reinventing the wheel, so we can just directly come to the point and save on the time and help the industry to get on to the to hit the road running. This is what.
Thank you, ma'am.
thank you, ma'am.
Sairaj from Wakao. Achyutan.
Hello. Yeah, thank you, Sanjay ji. Good evening, everyone. Thank you, PBFI team and APEDA team for this amazing meet. I'm Sairaj Kalunka from Workout Foods. We are India's first vegan jackfruit meat brand. So actually, Sanjay ji and the team, I would like to just get in one point. So if APEDA can help us in getting a lab or a data of laboratories like where we can have a plant-based food testing in all the standards like European standard, FDA, etc., etc. So that's the only point which I had, and also the HSM code, like Satika and Akansha said correctly. Thank you. That's all.
Okay. Thank you. Nirman Jyoti, PwC. Nirman.
Hello, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, please unmute yourself.
I am unmuted. Am I audible?
Nirman, I cannot hear you.
Just a second.
Am I audible to you?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Hi, Dr. Vidyarthi and Dr. Khan. And thank you, Sanjay, for organizing this meet. This is Nirvan Bhattacharjee. I am from PricewaterhouseCoopers, from the food and agriculture practice. So the one thing, and first of all, I must congratulate both Sanjay and APEDA. This is a very, very timely intervention in which we are moving ahead, and it will give us a chance to move ahead of the curve. and we have been associated with APEDA in many of their interventions. One thing that I would like to say here is that while we are talking about the front end, and is very, very important, most of the entrepreneurs have brought out very, very relevant points regarding that. One thing we should also particularly focus on is on the back end part of it, wherein we are talking about the complementary investments, or what are the things that goes into the vegan products, or the plant-based products that we see. And we, as from the PricewaterhouseCoopers, from the advisory division, will be very, very keen in helping APEDA and also PBFI in their initiatives. That's all from our side. That's it, the focus on the backward and back-end integration while you look at the front end. That's it from my side, Sanjay.
Thank you. Charan Naran.
So first of all, I'd like to thank PBFI and APEDA for organizing this. I think this discussion, which is very relevant, as India's priorities for export are also, there. I think in addition to the points that have been made, general awareness about ingredients that are readily, the indigenous ingredients that are readily available, that can be used to create a clear differentiation for Indian plant-based food organizations. I think some work and some research on that could also be very helpful. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so we would like to pause for a moment and request Ms. Vidyarthi to respond to all the comments which have come. So maybe we will take another pool of such questions after this, and again request Ms. Vidyarthi to come back again. So you have heard, you got a feel in the room now. So Mr. Vidyarthi, the combined question from the industry is that we are very happy to talk to you. We are very happy that you are taking this initiative along with Dr. Roshan Khan. And we would like to now ask you that how do we move from here, and what is your overall response, not the point-wise response, but the overall response to the various questions which have come to you.
Thank you, Sanjay. First of all, I request all the participants, whatever their issues are there, please share with us through email. So accordingly, it will help us to formulate a strategy for us. So as you know, this vegan industry is at very nascent stage in India, and it's a new product for us also. So this is the beginning. So we have to do a lot of work. So first of all, whatever information you have available, and whatever information we have now, or whatever information we are able to gather from other sources like our embassies abroad, I will share with everybody. So let me make a strategy and the plan step by step, and according to plan, we will execute it in nicely. So it will definitely improve or facilitate our exports.
Thank you. Prakash,
excuse me, sorry for interrupting Mr. Sethi and Vidyarthi sir. I'm Commander Pawan from Central Warehousing Corporation.
Hello.
I would like to present my 2 cents on this healthy discussion which we have just had over the last hour or so. Just a small introduction of my organization, that is Central Warehousing Corporation. We are the largest warehousing provider, the specialized warehousing provider of the country. At the same time, we are the largest public sector entity into the pest control and fumigation. So just taking a leap forward from what we have just discussed, that Central Warehousing Corporation would be more than happy to be partner in this scripting this new story of growth in the vegan products, whereby we can offer the specialized warehousing and other logistical requirements of the industry. And we have got ISO standards certified procedures, so it would be easier for the industry for certifying the supply chain, as was one of the concern area highlighted by one of the participants here. So we would be forthcoming to any suggestions, any such requirements. All the details are available on our website. So we'll be looking forward, and we'll be really happy to be part of this journey in promoting the vegan products. That's it from my side. Thank you very much, APEDA, and thank you very much, Mr. Sethi, for inviting us for this talk. Thank you very much.
Do we have Abhishek in the room from Good Dog? Shikha from Let's Biz? Jasmine from Katharos?
Yes, I'm here. Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm Jasmine Barucha here. I'm the founder of Katharos Foods, and we make plant-based cheeses. Um, I just wanted to, first say a big thank you to APEDA and the Plant-Based Association in Delhi for organizing this conference call. I think it's really insightful and very important. I wanted to talk about two things. I wanted to ask APEDA if they could support us for a delegation, with a delegation where we could visit one of the plant-based world conferences, which is happening in New York on the 8th and 9th of September. It will be easier for us to attend if we had some support. And I also wanted to, we talk about how the Plant-Based Association has initiated the idea of setting up a plant protein cluster in Nagpur. And that meeting is organized again in early July. Would be great again if APEDA could notify this and, make it happen under a collective effort. And lastly, I would like to say that there are some wonderful, wonderful products being developed right now in India, which are plant-based and vegan, and they have a great potential to be but unfortunately, most of the companies, if I may say this, are very small enterprises, and we need your support to be able to understand how do we export, what do we do, just small details which will help us start this entire process, and we looking forward, to doing that with you. So, for example, just yesterday on the weekend, Katharos Foods has launched a world's first plant-based cheese, which is made from watermelon seeds. It's the world's first. But so we need to really put it out there, and your support in exports will help us get there. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. And now requesting Joyce.
Hi, sir. Good afternoon. Yeah, myself, Joyce Matthew. I am CEO of Ratar Group.
Joyce, please be louder.
Yeah, can you hear me now, sir?
Yes, please be louder.
Yeah. Myself, I am Joyce Matthew. I am CEO of.
Video.
Still, it's okay.
Yes,
Video.
please.
Your video.
Yeah. You are. Hello. Yeah. I hope you can see it now.
No, we cannot see you, but please be louder. Yes, we can see you now.
Yeah. Myself, I'm Joyce Matthew. I'm CEO of Ratar Group. We are working in jackfruit value chain area. So basically, like the one of the slides we were talking about, digital integrity and digital integrity, authenticity, and transparency to building on to the raw material for the products which we are preparing. So the jackfruit is one of the important products we can consider it in the plant-based meat industry. Okay, we are in India. We have almost 16 states growing jackfruit, and we are almost wasting around approximately 1 ton of jackfruit every year. So which is very bigger considering any other crops. So we are wasting actually jackfruit without using anything. So we can convert those wastage to an income if you can develop a proper supply chain and proper systematic way of connectivity between the farming till the production and consumption areas. So which is that we are developing. We based from Kerala. In Kerala, we have so many jackfruit is been wasting. So that's what we started from Kerala. We are discussing with some other states also. But one major challenge I want to address to APEDA. In our areas, basically, like the cold chain systems are not actually properly implemented. So this is jackfruit is highly perishable. We need to be a support of government, especially APEDA, to developing a proper supply cold chain systems and systems to be maintaining our supply chain to be in an efficient and a better way. That's all from my side. Thank you, Sanjay sir and APEDA for giving this opportunity.
Mr. Joyce, APEDA has some common infrastructure facilities in Kerala. So if you need some help from them, I will share the contact details of them. They will definitely help you and facilitate you. And whatever
Sure, sir.
suggestion you have, please email to us.
Sure, sir. We will be definitely in touch with you through.
Box also. Roshan.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you.
I'm sorry, I'm coming in between. Sanjay, can you hear me? I'm Pratiji from Kerry.
Please.
Yes, thank you. So I am Pratiji Kapoor, and I head the plant-based business for Kerry Ingredients for India, Africa, and Middle East. To start with, absolute compliments to PBFIA and APEDA in organizing this event and bringing relevant people on a single platform to discuss real requirement and also offer support. From my side, I have two main, let's say, comments and questions. The first one is, for me, one of the biggest and most relevant reason for adoption of meat alternative across the globe is sustainability, and then probably followed by animal cruelty. So if we speak about sustainability, which is one of the primary reasons, so there is no little or no doubt on India's capability to produce high quality meat alternative products, for which we are discussing export opportunities. And also, I believe we can also have a very good run on providing a cost-effective solution. But having said that, what would be APEDA's recommendation on promoting production of key raw materials which are required for creating meat alternative products? Because at this point of time, when we are talking about, so Proyon definitely is an exception. I heard them, but apart from that, all these isolates which are key raw materials to creating that meat alternative product are all imported in our country. So I'm not sure how long will that sustainability picture, if we were to export products from India, will resonate with countries like Europe, which are speaking very high on sustainability, specifically for meat alternative products. So I would like to know what are APEDA's recommendation on support there. Secondly, on a business aspect, if there is an impetus on promoting exports from India, is there a database which is being collected, which is being created by APEDA, which can be made accessible to companies? And thirdly, while we have spoken about getting some clarity on HSN code, but I would also like to put in some word on rationalization of import duties if we were to remain cost effective for the rest of the world. Thank you. Thank you so much for the time.
Okay. Priya Iyer from Demolished Foods, but before that, Manohar Bhojwani, kindly explain to us about the protein cluster at Nagpur, which is being proposed. Requested to speak for minimum 2 minutes.
Yeah. Hello, sir. Good evening and welcome. I joined late. Sorry. And now, number one thing is that why Nagpur dal mill cluster? Nagpur is selected for protein cluster. This is the first cluster in the India that is for pulses processing. The latest technology pulses processing setup is there, and it is a hub of pulses entire in Vidarbha. But there is no lack of value addition facilities in Nagpur. When we are looking for the this value added product from pulses and byproduct of pulses, there is a huge scope of opportunities in our way. But we are lacuna is that there is no R&D things are with us. Infrastructure facilities are not there. And we are thankful to APEDA. If the APEDA can come and visit Nagpur, they will really happy to see the clusters of pulses millers in entire this region. Main aspect of this protein cluster. Why protein cluster we are recommend over there? The entire pulses like tur, chana, moong, urid, rohingya, and bajra, all the items which we are shortage of for making this protein isolates are available ample in our area. So Sanjay ji, it is a very fantastic thing. Then this kind of protein clusters come at Nagpur with already having the facility over there. Sanjay ji.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you, Manohar, for detailing about your facilities. Definitely, I will request other exporters if they have some interest in the facility. Definitely, we will contact you. Next, please.
And we have Priya Iyer from Demolish Foods.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hi. Thank you so much, APEDA and PBFIA for putting this together. I believe the conversation of exporting from India is such a relevant conversation given the abundant innovation in the space today. My biggest concerns or questions rather would be one on the regulatory point of view as a manufacturer or an exporter, what should we be prepared for in terms of documents or say certifications for that matter right from beginning. Even if you're from a say R&D part or stage at the moment, what should we be prepared for already? Secondly, I would like to also understand if there are any or if there is a support that APEDA could perhaps support with from a carrier's point of view. Would we have some subsidized rates for shipping from India to the respective geographies to reduce basically cost? And thirdly, I would like to re-emphasize on Sonal's question in terms of temperature controlled shipment. How can that be made, say, feasible in the first place and cost effective? Yeah, that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. So now I'm inviting a very important player from the ingredient side, marine hydrocolloid. Marine hydrocolloid. So the objective of this exercise is also to find out the various challenges which you think you are facing or you are likely to face. And we would be very happy if you can also give some suggestions. This is an open forum and everybody can speak here. And for the sake of order, we are calling names one by one. But you are welcome to tell us by chat box or please telling us that you want to speak first before others. You are welcome. So if we don't have marine hydrocolloid, I would like to bring in here Yogmaya. And before Yogmaya, I think I see the hands going up by Sonal. Sonal, you want to speak again?
Briefly, for the benefit of all of us.
Yes, please. Welcome.
The tax percentage, it's high time. I think Indian government ecosystem has shown that we are here for a purpose. We are here to be forever. So I think enough of testing us out. And maybe the tax structures, if they can be kindly, revisited, because we end up usually paying 18%, while the animal derived counterparts are being either taxed 0 or 5%, or at times maximum it is 12% for equivalent products. So we are having a difficulty here because finally the customer ends up paying more, and they do not realize, and the overall image remains that vegan products are expensive. It's not we who are making it expensive, it's the taxation system is like this, Sanjay. So if APEDA can kind of help us in voicing this opinion to the concerned authorities, that will be a huge help, and my gratitude to all of the organizers for this. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. APEDA mandate is only for the exports mainly. So for the taxation part, all the taxes which are applicable to ingredients or the processed foods or marketing, all are reimbursed. So the GST issue, whatever you paid, it is reimbursed to you when you export it. So GST is not applicable when you export.
Can I come? Dr. Yogmaya Verma? You're not audible, Dr. Yogmaya. We can't hear you. If you're not able to fix the mic, can we?
Are
you audible now?
Yes, you are.
Okay, so no comments from me. Actually, I also wanted to understand the issues being faced by the company.
Okay.
Thank you for organizing this.
Okay. So, yeah, Anju Kalhan.
Thank you, Sanjay ji. Thank you, APEDA, and for organizing such a beautiful forum. I am from Blissbox Foods, and my product is
Madam, you are not audible. Can you speak little louder?
I'm Anju Kalhan, and I'm from Blissbox Foods. Can you hear me now?
You have to be very, very close to the mic.
Just one.
The voice is very faint.
I'm Anju Kalhan from Blissbox Foods, and my product, sir, is a plant-based whole food product, and I belong to the category of health and wellness product. And right now, we've not started to export. Nothing is there right now, but just wanted to attend this meeting because in future, very soon, we would like to. And we would like to understand more about the packaging and the labeling part. And in case Sanjay ji can just fix up a meeting with you just to understand it individually more, because I am so new to this export thing. That will be really nice. Just wanted to make this point. Thank you.
Okay, Shweta.
Hello, everybody. I just joined. I'm really not sure. I am from Dubai, UAE. I work in a bakery industry. So I work for a East company, which is called Lasaf. It's a French company. For me, plant-based formulation is a new thing because I am out of India. I started my career in the UAE, so I'm out of India. I really don't know how to catch up with things because it's really slow here, technology-wise. So I'm here only to know about the packaging, labels, and formulation. Basically, I come from a R&D department. I'm a certified food scientist. So I just want to know about the formulation, and I'm here to gain more knowledge from experienced people like you. Thank you.
Thank you. Is Shweta Khandelwal also here?
Sorry?
Siddharth? Yatish?
Yeah, good morning, good afternoon. I'm basically into the protein extraction I'm right now exploring all the technical things. And in near future, I would like to set up my own things. And I'm associated with, I'm interested in the exports also. Thank you.
Hari?
Anyone left out?
Anybody else who would like to make a comment? Indra, you want to say something? Indra?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you, APEDA and the PBFIA for hosting this amazing conversation between the manufacturers as well as the industry. It's been very helpful, and I'm sure most of there are still many unresolved conversations here in the chat box, and I'm sure that through more such events and involving all these stakeholders into conversation, we can come up with more standards, a standard that is representative of this industry and can boost this industry, propel this industry forward. Thank you.
Go, Sagar Mehta, and Prakashi, you also raise the hand again.
Hello, everyone, and thanks a lot for organizing this event. I think the questions what I had are already being asked by various participants. So I am from Vegan Dukan. We are a marketplace for all the vegan products in India. There are close to 200 products, 200 different brands which are being sold on our platform, and various people from this forum also are selling their products through use of our platform. So in case any help required, any high level understanding required about the industry, we would be very, very happy to be part of those problem and solution finding, and looking forward for all the support from honorable people and experienced people like you in this journey for India's transition. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Nagachatra?
Good evening, everybody. I thank APEDA for this wonderful opportunity to connect with industry stakeholders. We are the first jackfruit cluster supported by Government of India, and we like to partner with all the other relevant industry partners to develop new formulations or the plant-based burger patties or ready-to-eat foods. So we invite these ingredient developers and protein supplement developers to connect with us and explore the opportunity. And second thing, what I notice is the export market is still not big enough to build these products in a mass scale and be very competitive. So it would also help you focus on the other aspects of these products apart from vegan. Let's say in the context of jackfruit, we are trying to promote jackfruit not only as a vegan, but also as a high fiber food product, which is good for your gut health. So that would help you to build a ecosystem within India, and with more of the market opportunity, you can also make your product competitive and make your export products at a very reasonable pricing, which again opens up a bigger market. So this is my 2 cents, and I hope to hear from relevant industry partners. Thank you so much.
Nagachatra, your suggestion is very good. As in the beginning, I told you that apart from the vegan, we have to link vegan with the natural, vegan with the organic, vegan with the GI. So we can get more revenue or more money for realization of our products in the interaction.
Precisely.
So please give more suggestions, and whatever you have in mind as a strategy, please share the inputs with us.
We would be
You
happy to
have also discussed with the competitiveness of the product. So are we competitive with the presently or no? Or who is our main competitor in the international market for the vegan products?
Our cluster is under development. It is the plant is ready and machineries are coming in. So by November we should be ready to roll out our small level of products. So apart from vegan, we are also focusing on other sectors like the chips, the sweets made from jackfruit, so that it compensate the cost of your plant, and in totality you can bring down the cost of your vegan products. So that's our current strategy. I hope that sounds right.
So Indian vegan products are competitive in the international market, or still they are facing some challenges from other countries?
Our current challenge is only about finding the right buyer in international market, and we are still not clear what is the standards required, but we are equipped to make those standards available.
Yeah, for getting the buyer, definitely we will organize some buyer seller meet, maybe online and maybe in physical mode also.
As someone else suggested, a small delegation for international meets would really help.
Definitely we will take a delegation, as Sanjay had said, in the September to the USA.
Yes.
And we will plan more delegation.
And in that, sir, in that delegation, they are putting up a separate show for India, separate session for India, and also some conducted tour within the US for an extra day to visit the facility of a plant-based. So the whole idea is not just to bring the investment from there or sell our products there, but also to bring a lot of knowledge and linkages.
Definitely, we will work out the modalities, and we will work out the plan, and we plan our delegation to the USA. So we'll make a detailed work plan. So we will go with the plan.
And we have also got the SMS from Nagpur cluster that are you planning to visit both of you on 4th of July?
Definitely we will try to visit.
Yes.
Sir, it will be better if you will share some detailed program on that.
That has been sent, but it's very briefly we have
It is
sent.
very brief. It's very brief information that on 4th we are organizing this. If there is any detailed schedule, you can just send. We have to attach to the note.
Okay, great. So now I would like to invite once again. I would like to check with the marine hydrochloride. We would really like to hear from you. You are a big player. I saw your name flashed up, but before that, Gop, and after Gop, Ruhi Puri from the Great Free Field Grid. Great is the word which I have read.
Good evening, everybody. First of all, I must extend my thanks to PBFIA and APEDA for organizing such a good platform and a more awareness about the plant-based category. I am from the brand The Field Grill Company, who are into the production of plant-based mock meats, and we have launched our product last year only. Yes, these products have a huge potential in overseas market, export market, but there are some challenges and limitations attached to it. The first limitation is when there is an exchange of dialogue, the first and the foremost requirement is the exchange of samples, and the exchange of samples is it becomes a very challenging job for an exporter like us, because it's a temperature controlled shipment, and then there are many documentation, many challenges attached to it. And the second thing is the competitiveness. When we share certain prices, because of the ingredients are all imported at the moment, we are facing ourselves less competitive in the export market. So we would like to have some support from APEDA in concern of the logistics, if anything can be done onto that front, and some buyer seller meet if can be arranged. As you have mentioned, on 15th August there is a food gathering and the different embassies are coming. We would have a platform to showcase our samples. That would be an ideal platform. But then if there are some buyer seller meets, and of course when Mr. Sanjay Sethi is saying that there is one plant-based World Expo is coming in New York. So if any Indian pavilion is made where all the Indian companies who are intending to export can showcase their products and do the live tasting there, and then can have some interaction with the buyers. That will be a great help. Some data about the foreign companies, if can be taken from the embassies, from the different overseas embassies, that will something which will help us to gear up this business, because in India this will take some time actually, to come up. So these are the few points which I would like to highlight, and request APEDA to help us. And as ma'am said, we want to be in this market for a very, very long time. So we need your support. Thank you.
Ruhi madam, I request you, please suggest the name of the countries to whom we have to organize buyer seller meets.
Okay,
Can
sir.
you suggest
Okay.
can you send a list of the countries?
Sure,
Potential
sir.
countries?
Sure. Sure, sir. Sure.
Now I request Dr. Renu. She wants to say something on this particular ingredients. Dr. Renu Agarwal. Madam, are you there?
Okay.
So actually, Dr. Renu Agarwal has one question to all the exporters and the processors. What are the ingredients are prohibited and what are the ingredients are being allowed? Country specific. Can you make a list of that?
Yes, we can help you do that. We can help you.
No, if they can give more input, that will be better.
Yes, that's better. If they can give more inputs. So please forward your suggestions and information on the ingredients country wise, whatever you have. And requesting now Go, Ritesh Kumar, and from Hemp Horizon, Rohit.
Yeah, hello. Good evening, Mr. Sethi. Thank you very much. As you know, I am currently in China, and I have approached my friends in Spain and Poland and Indonesia. They all are interested to buy Indian vegan products, but the thing is they want in mixed items in a container, So I need, if APEDA or anyone can help me to export these products. I have already registered my company in India, but only thing is the certification is required by these countries, especially in Europe and America. So if anyone can help, please let me know. Thank you.
So I request everybody, including you, Go, those who are not members, kindly associate with the PBFIA, because we are not charging a very hefty amount for the membership. It's a very, very nominal amount, basically, so that you get associated with the association. It becomes easier to channelize your information to various parts of the government or to retailers or whoever the private sector logistical service providers with whom we are interacting. So now requesting Ritesh, Hemp Horizon, and Kulbir Walia. Kulbir. See the name Kulbir. Ritesh from Samega.
Sir, this is Anila from Simeka.
Yes, please.
Sir, we are a food manufacturing company in Kerala. We have set up a plant-based protein mini plant here. So we have inquiries from UK, Australia, and UAE. The issues we are facing is for giving the samples. For giving the sending the samples, we need to keep the products for the minus 18 degree. So we need to keep the products as minus 18. For sending the samples, it will cost more than 50,000 for the samples. So if we get any tax reduction or any subsidy for sending the samples. So why? Because the product has to keep at minus 18. We need to put the dryers also. So that's the current major issues we are facing. So we have the development center here, but only for exporting the products. So we need to have the cold chain transportation. So that's the major challenges we are facing now.
Okay, so is anybody else from Simega? Is Ritesh there? No.
So to say that, sir, he left the organization last month.
Okay, and Rohit, you are the only one from the hand.
सब जो लोग बोलना चाहते हैं मजबूर मत करो किसी को, जो क्या उनको बोलो, उनसे पूछो कि कोई बोलना चाहता है.
Who else would like to speak? We are towards the close of the session. Prakashi.
Namaste. I'm Prakarshi from PlantMade, and I thank you for the opportunity. So we make India's first vegetarian eggs from moong dal, and we do a few other products that are all from the same space in different verticals. We have received interest from a lot of buyers, prospective buyers in the US, in the UK, in Australia, and in Japan. However, apart from the challenge of sending the first samples and getting that first sort of feedback from the prospective buyers, the other problem is that more than often the buyers themselves don't know what are the right regulations, what needs to be done. And we as a startup also face this challenge that we find it really difficult to get clarity on what needs to be done. APEDA, I'm sure, has great contacts with the counterparts in other countries like these that are of high interest that have a high interest in the Indian market. If there was to be a website where APEDA could bring all of these counterparts from other countries and bring all of them on the same platform, so that as an exporter or as an exportee, we could go there, seek information, reach out to a point of contact in the specific ministry, and then help to resolve our issues. I think that would be something that's really powerful and that will enable buyers and sellers to just coordinate very conveniently with the government bodies so that everything just happens very smoothly.
Mr. Pulkit, at initial stage, it will be very difficult for APEDA to compile the importing country requirements for the vegan products from all the countries. So I request you please send the list of the countries where you are facing the problems, and we will send the emails to some selected countries to get the importing country requirements, their sanitary, phytosanitary regulations, and standards and their laws also, food laws.
Right, sir.
Send
That would
the
be
list of
perfect.
the countries.
Right, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Pulkit.
I will drop an email later with all the specific countries that have expressed great interest, and we can take it from there, sir.
Anju, anyone left?
Yes. So, sir, just wanted to ask you, where do we send it? Do we send it to the association, or do we have APEDA's number directly where we have to get in touch with the information? What I want to ask, and if I would like to meet somebody from APEDA.
We will forward the email ID of Roshan Khan to everybody.
My email ID is also available in our APEDA website. In
Okay,
APEDA
sir.
website, you just go to the functionaries. After three,
Okay,
four,
sir.
you can get the email ID.
I'll do that. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
M.H. Mehta.
Thank you. This is a wonderful occasion. So I just wanted to share with you, I chair the National Working Group on Eco-Agriculture and Organic Farming. And I think the APEDA's experience there can certainly be extended. So our group as such would be very happy to work with you because after all you are starting with the raw material for this industry, and I think this is where the roadmap is being made. So we'll be happy to contribute. This is one. Second is, are there any companies or organizations which can support or we can help in getting us this carbon credit for this activity? Because this could be a big game changer. Thank you.
Actually, the issue of carbon trading doesn't fall under the domain of the APEDA. But if you have some concern, then definitely we will take up this matter with the Ministry of Environment. Next, please, if someone is left out. Now I request Sanjay to conclude it.
I see that some very interesting players like Samir Prasad, they are still there. I do not know why many of them have not spoken. I would have really liked them to say, because they have in-depth experience of developing some unique, amazing products which are needed all over the world. So my request to all of you is that kindly connect back with APEDA and with PBFIA, and please send at least one message to both these organizations, so that we should know exactly that what are your suggestions, what information you are having. This is the start of the interaction, and we are very excited with the positive attitude that Dr. Roshan Khan and the department led by Shri Vidyarthi, and the kind of unassuming way that he has been leading all of us and showing us the path. And actually, he is pushing the envelope, he is pushing the boundaries of what all can be included in this without any additional pressure on the members. So the examples like traceability, GI, and regenerative agriculture, organic, I mean, these are something which we had never heard of. This is the way that $X item becomes 2x and 10x. And this is the kind of strategy that we can work together when the private sector works together, like the way the kind of bonhomie and the without any boundaries that we are talking. We don't feel that we are speaking to government. We feel that we are talking to our own team members. So my thanks to Shri Vidyarthi and APEDA team, and my thanks to all the people, those who participated, and all those who showered your greetings and good wishes but could not take part or could not speak today. We are very happy that there were about 150 people today in the room, and out of that, I think 30-40 people also got a chance to speak, which is amazing. We have recorded the entire conversation. We are going to make a report of that, and after this, we will discuss with Dr. Roshan Khan and the team here to how we can put it into kind of a composite summary of document which becomes the basis for setting up the standard. And I can assure you that now that association has got involved in making of the standard at the start itself, and Shri Vidyarthi has already given you the invitation that if you want to make any contributions, so please do that. Tomorrow, please do not say that, oh, I have seen something in the standard which I did not anticipate. It is your chance to help make the standard right now. And the biggest opportunity that we have, it's not just that the protein exports can go out of India, it is also that we can engage with these foreign bodies and actually build a lot of linkages on the both sides. As we know, Europe and India are going to have a very, very liberalized trade in the near future. And those discussions have already started. And they are the ones who also are very open in receiving food products from India. And we can clearly see, you can see the writing is very clear on the wall that the world is not ready to provide plant-based foods to the world. This opportunity is of India, and all of you kindly dream a little bit more, put up a bigger economies of scale plant. There are so many schemes available within APEDA, Ministry of Food Processing Industries, Director of Industries, and MSME scheme. Then those who are in tribal areas, you have the Ministry of Tribal Welfare, and of course Ministry of Agriculture is there. So there are so many institutions. If you want to take any help from us, we are there. Invest India is there. All these institutions, of course, GFI is there to support all of you. So all these institutions are there at your beck and call. Please take part in our work streams that we are developing. There are 4 work streams that we are developing. And once again, my request to Shri Vidyarthi to support us, not just for the New York visit, but also for the event in Nagpur on 4th of July. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sanjay, and thanks to all the participants, those who have join this program, and I assure you, regularly we will meet to share our experience to promote the vegan products in the international market. Whatever challenges, problems, and issues you have in supply chain or in the exports, please share with us. We will take up all these issues to the appropriate platform in the country and outside country also. So we wish soon we will meet again, and let me make out a work plan to promote vegan products from India. Once more, I request everybody, if they are ready to participate in drafting the standards, regulations for the vegan products, please send your expression of interest to us. We will try to acknowledge it, and we will go ahead with your suggestions. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.